We want revolution.
Bookmarklets on standby.
Log online, fan page loaded and ready.
Player stats, loaded. Health check, go.
Weapons check. Eyes check, complete.
We have launched for the Informant podcast in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, welcome to the Informant podcast. Pistol Pete from Stockholm. I have Jana Mig Death by Gucci with me tonight. The rest of the crew's off at SuperBowl parties or other things, so I guess this will be our silent SuperBowl edition.
We started right as it ended, so
That's
it
true.
didn't even cut into it as long as you weren't at a party.
That's true. It was a very excellent game, though.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Impressive. What'd you think about the halftime show? See, that's what I'm all about, the halftime show.
I my wife and I were watching it, and we were actually it seemed like Madonna was very, very nervous.
It did. Didn't it look like she was shaking a bit?
Oh, yeah. I mean, and then a couple of stumbles she had. And
Uh-huh.
it was just, other than that, I mean, the show itself was really well done. It made up for the fact that they had The Who and Rolling Stones, who looked like they should have never been up on the stage, in that environment.
Exactly. Yeah,
So
maybe I was just I
kind of
kept
redeemed
waiting
themselves,
for the wardrobe mishap or something. I think I was waiting for something really big to happen, and I guess nothing really happened.
Apparently, though, I guess they had the middle finger incident.
Oh, really? I missed that.
Yeah, it was. I don't know the singers' names, but the two singers that came up, the two ladies.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know their names either.
And then one of them, I guess, flashed a finger at the crowd.
Yeah, something has to be done. There's always got to be somebody to do something.
But it was really, I thought it was nice too the way that they did the intermingled songs between some of the pop stuff that's fresh today and what Madonna sang in her heyday and that stuff.
Exactly.
So it was good.
Yeah. It was cool. I always like watching how fast they take apart and put together a stage really quick for halftime shows. Are fun.
Yep.
Fun to watch.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was kind of had me thinking. I was trying to figure out why in the world we didn't have a Super Bowl event this year.
Yeah, there was no special event, huh?
And I got to thinking, for me, all these other events that we have going on that I know lots of us are complaining about event fatigue again, and rightfully so. There's so much going on, and you're not sure what to do anymore. In the past, you had one thing you did, you moved on, you went to the next thing, you finished that, you went to the next thing. Now with everything being timed, and if you miss the timing, you miss out, and it's getting really convoluted. But I miss those kind of things that were timely, that kind of tied to what was going on in your world at the same time. So they had the some of the movie things, and even though they were kind of corny, even like the Harold and Kumar, it was timely. It was something you knew about. It was the football games. It was
It kind of brought you out of Mafia Wars and brought some of what's going on in reality.
Right.
Tie it in with life.
When you kind of felt like it was important to then to watch the game, even if you're not really a football fan, just to see if you're going to get the right loot.
Right. Why are you watching?
I just want to make sure I'm getting my Mafia Wars loot.
Get all my loot.
But it was, I don't know. It was a little.
Well, I wonder if they're giving us a break or if we should be concerned. I don't know.
I don't know. That's, and I, to their credit, I suppose, they hear from everybody that they're tired of all the stuff going on. So if they threw one more thing at us, we probably would have screamed about it. But if they would have backed off a few things too in preparation for this to come, and they had plenty of time to know it was coming, then I think
we could have built a stadium or something.
They could have done something fun. Yeah, that would have been fun. So
another property. Oh gosh, yeah. I wonder. Sometimes when we don't do something, we didn't do anything at Christmas either, right? There was no tree or anything this year.
No, they had. What did they have?
I don't even remember now either.
No, yeah, it's all a blur. There's so much stuff.
There's always more coming too.
Yeah.
So anything happen? Anything change in Stockholm?
No, not really for us. Nothing's really changed.
I feel like a dork because now Mike writes in that there was the opening the gifts thing at Christmas. We forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh, well.
It is a blur.
Good point, Mike. Glad we got you in the hopper.
Thanks, Mike.
With that teletype available to you.
Yeah. If you could only type faster.
He's like our Madden. He sits in the control booth and sends in the signals. I probably have more of a rant tonight from not necessarily Stockholm, but it's an observation in the game, and it's a bug, and it's bugging the pants off me.
What's that?
In the extreme missions, one of them you have to win 12 wars. Well, Jen's already found out that you can no longer get classified as a win by winning a headshot in a war. So that removes one opportunity for you to actually win your wars. Well, the other is you win wars by actually declaring war on somebody, and then you actually win that war, then you get credit for it. The problem is you don't automatically get credit when you win. So what happens is, unless you go to your actual declare war page and then let it trigger the win, you won't get credit for it. Well, I found out now there's even more complicated, because my workaround doesn't work anymore either. And there is a specific scenario when it doesn't work. And here's how it plays out. I declare war on somebody. I go to my declare war page to go collect on my war. Well, if somebody else declares war on me first, and they win a war against me before I've had an opportunity to collect on my win, then I actually lose, and I don't get credit for the war. And so I've had now an opportunity in this 5-win scenario that I'm supposed to have. I've had at least 5 instances where I have actually won a war, but I have not been able to go collect on the war and be able to get my credit. And
did you talk to customer service?
I did. And when I went to customer service about it, I was told that they were going to investigate it, and they were going to investigate my account to figure out what was going on. And I said, this is nothing new, and this should not come as a surprise. This is a bug in the system. And the problem all revolves around that when a war is won, credit should be immediately given. And it doesn't work that way. So until they fix that, it's going to continue to be a problem, and I don't know what they're going to do about it. But what made me so mad about the customer support issue was, he gave me some loot, and he gave me a stamina refill. Well, 2 of the items of the loot he gave me had no bearing, couldn't have done anything for me. It was useless. So I kind of joked about the fact that I didn't, need it. And, he's like, oh, I understand. I'm like, then why'd you give it to me? It's almost like an insult. I'm already frustrated enough about the fact that I got stuff that I've done in the game to play the way that they want us to play, and I don't get credit for it. And then here you are screwing me with some stupid crocodilians. So... Anyway, so I respond back and, fully lay out my scenario, and he says, well, we'll investigate it and get back to you. And, in typical Zynga fashion, that is as good as saying, well, we don't have any idea and you're never going to hear from us again. And that's probably what made me more mad. And then when it happened again to me today, of course, it just fired me up even more. So I'm just not in a good state of mind as a result of this ongoing bug that doesn't seem to get replaced or addressed.
Now, were you on live chat, or was this an email?
No, I was on live chat.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I just, and I don't ever go to live chat expecting to get anything, nor do I ever want anything from them. I just want my problem fixed. I could care less about a stamina refill. I could even care less if they ever gave me reward points. It doesn't matter to me. I'm there to solve my problem, and my problem wasn't addressed. And I'm not the only one that's having this issue, but other people probably aren't aware of how much of an issue it really is.
And that's what I'm thinking with me, is that I have noticed people declare war right after a war finished with me, but I don't think I pay attention enough to notice if I wasn't getting count for it.
Yep. Well, watch it now, because you'll notice that if you don't go ahead and you don't collect up on it, and I call it collecting because you actually have to go to the declare war page, wait for your little pop-up window to pop up that says you won the war, and then and the item that you actually managed to win, and then you'll see your meter kick off on your wars. And I don't
like that. I hate that when that pops up and I'm trying to help somebody else really quick or something.
Yeah.
There may as well just be a collect button.
And I don't understand why. And I mean, I don't want to make this all about Rant tonight, but I don't understand why, for like those type of things, why they even have to pop up. I say this 100 times. If you're going to declare war on somebody and you win and you get a splash damage or whatever, why does it have to be a pop-up?
Exactly.
I mean, just open it in a little space above where the declare war thing is, and then just let people do whatever it is they have to do from there. I don't get why everything has to be a flippin' pop-up. That just drives me batty.
They love their pop-ups.
They do indeed.
But they have chilled a little bit on the pop-ups in the past. They used to be a lot worse.
I agree with that. That's true.
They're always going to be annoying. I don't
Yeah.
think we're going to get around that unless they just got rid of them.
And maybe
But
someday. I don't know.
I still like the opt out of pop ups idea. That never took off.
No. Well, I guess they have it to a certain. Well, I guess you can. You always have the opt out of pop ups in some of the spotlets.
I know. See, you get used to running things that way, and,
And then
then
some
you
people
forget
say,
about
well,
reality.
you know what? I don't really have any pop ups anyway. Until you're playing on another machine and you're not running the same things. But
You're like, who broke my game?
where'd all my pop ups come from?
Wow, things have changed. I know.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So
Oh, well, that is a drag. Hopefully, they'll take care of that for you.
Yeah.
I don't think they will, but I hope they will.
yeah, probably not. But and then as far as the game itself, I hadn't noticed anything since the last show, and Jen covered a tremendous amount last show of the stuff that's gone on. I haven't seen anything that stands out. I mean, other than some like marketplace loot, and they had a new the group item thing. They had that wolf or whatever that thing looked like. It was actually a horribly looking thing, and then they had
Yeah, it looked, what is that thing called? The short eared fox?
that's what it was. Yeah,
It's creepy looking.
it is. It's kind of like I don't know. It's almost like
It's
plastic looking.
crossbred.
It looks like plastic. That's what I was trying to think. Looks like
Yeah.
a plastic item. And then they had they had the new collector's item that came out too. That actually looked kind of cool, but I wasn't going to spend the reward points on it.
Yeah, I just don't have them to burn. I never even got the heavy metal crate that I wanted, so
Yeah. Well, they'll be on sale before too long, I imagine, but
I'll wait for that
Yeah.
eventually. Eventually, I'll grab one, I'm guessing.
but I guess we're all just plugging away trying to do the hanger and all this other nonsense, and
Begging for parts constantly.
yeah.
Is it time to beg yet?
Nope, not time.
Oh, man.
Not giving in. I'm on level 7. I've got 5 more to go on level 7. And we've got 7 days left. I figured I'll make it to about 12 this time.
Well,
And
I'm on
I'm
level
giving up.
8, and I posted for parts last night, and Mike Nestor made fun of me for only being at level 8.
Oh. Well,
I
there you
think
go.
that
He's
was
going to make
very
even more
nice.
fun of me, but I refuse at this point to go my begging route I did last time. I am not going to do it. Ain't going to do it.
Yeah, no, I'm not either. I'm not worried about it. Whatever. I really don't care.
Yep.
I'm tired of all the properties, really. They need to chill on that.
Yeah, well, and they need to provide some mechanism for us to go back and do it over. We've talked about that before too. I did go back in and start up the Smuggler's Haven after the last.
Did you?
one. Yeah, I finished.
Would
it in
that
about
cost you
3 hours.
35?
Yeah, 35 reward points. But it was well worth it for the amount of skill points you get out of the deal. So
Is that over now?
found it worthwhile. No, that's the one that you can go back in and keep redoing over and over again.
Oh yeah, there's 3 days left, I guess,
Yeah.
of Smuggler's Haven.
So
I have not gone back to do that. I don't know why not, but I guess I could. I
yeah,
have
you gotta
to do.
spend the reward points. So if you don't want to do that, then
Yeah, I really don't have them. I guess I have no choice.
yeah.
It's just not going to happen. So, anything else?
No, I don't think so.
You got a big week planned?
No, just work stuff. Work. All
Yep.
work and no play makes Pete a dull boy.
Luckily, you have Mafia Wars.
That's right. Fill the gap. Yep. No, but no, not really. So, is there much going on in the family life?
I've been extremely busy in real life, so not a lot that I know of. A lot of family battles.
Seems like a lot of people are going through the properties pretty quick. Even though you
Yeah.
have to collect the new items, those reinforced concrete.
Mm-hmm.
I was noticing even like our family, the Spocks, we're up to level 3 or 4 now on the bunker. And I'm like, well, that's moving pretty quick.
Yeah, it does move quick at the beginning.
Oh, yeah,
So-
right. True. Until you start needing up to 20,000 items.
I know. I just wonder. There's the third one showing there. Do you think it'll stop at that?
I think
Wonder
it's
if they'll
kind of
keep-
designed on the screen to be the last one. But
I hope so. But yeah, we thought that with New York properties.
not that they can't throw a slider in there and then have another one slide across the screen. So
Make it just as busy as possible.
yeah, and then they still, with the reducing the gift collecting limit back down to the 250, it does make it a little bit more of a struggle to decide on which items you really want for the day.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. That's a tough one.
Frustrating. Mm-hmm.
Kind of wondering if they're ever going to bring back, Cuba and
Moscow.
Moscow and
What's Bangkok?
it would be interesting to see them bring him back, and even if I always liked the Italy and Vegas style of the layout of the screen.